Hello and welcome back. Well, after spending significant time and energy on my intake manifold and having no improvement, I have bought a factory FD intake manifold to rule out the throttle body and intake manifold as the issue. Then we can focus on getting the engine running right. Oh, here we go. I've taken my inlet manifold off. I'm going to have to make a spacer of about that much to get this manifold to clear the coils, because that would be a major to change. I'm going to be able to fit a neck in here if I need to, but I think for starters I'm just going to start it up and find out what's happening. Like, why is the engine running so terribly? My guess is my primary runners are too big, or the plenum's too big, or it's just something too big. It's not getting the intake velocity below, say, 1200 RPM. Now, if this manifold can give me good vacuum, good response from, say, 800-900 RPM, I think we have a new sort of strategy, which will be to either make this fit better or duplicate this part onto my manifold and reduce the size of the primaries to something a lot smaller. But having the throttle body there is a bit annoying because of the cable having to run somewhere through there to be in line, which could be a real nuisance. So for now, we're just going to set it up. I want to see it idle. I want response on the throttle, and if we get that, then I know that this is where I'm looking for the problems and not something else. But if this doesn't work, then I know that I've got another problem, something bigger that I'm going to have to take care of. So let's just get on with this. I've got to make a 10mm spacer to go to the engine, just to clear my primary injectors. At the moment it's just spaced out enough. I'm going to have to make some sort of connection fitting between here and there, or maybe just make a new hose, but it just doesn't look like it's going to be easy. I might be able to get away with just welding the fitting onto that side of the fuel rail, and then I should be able to just bolt it all up, plug the two sensors in, probably take that out and reroute those vacuum lines into this manifold where they'd normally go, and find out what happens. Stay tuned. Well, first part's in. Now I just need to take that and make something that sort of probably banjos it that way and picks up the old lines, so I don't have to make new fuel lines. That end is going to work. Then I've got a block of aluminium to make a spacer, get the top part on, plug it in, find out if this is a inlet manifold problem, which I think it is, or I have a much bigger problem. Yeah, there you go. FD intake manifold now on for test purposes. If the dog would stop barking, then we'll get on and find out if the intake manifold is the cause of all my problems. That's interesting. Okay. Many hours later. Around this time, frustration was kicking in and I was almost ready to tear it all out and switch ECUs. It always sounded like an ignition issue, but timing light looked good even though timing sounded off. In the past, I'd gone through all the pins, to all the sensors, to the ECU, checking they were all correct. Decided one more check, starting with the crank ankle sensors. At first, looked good, but one wire went a bit intermittent on the tester. A bad wire crimp, probably by me, has been messing up my ignition signal the whole time. Super quick mod. Now mounted a throttle cable and we can now use it. But there, this is not permanent, otherwise this would be painted. This is for test purposes. Then we will modify the other manifold accordingly and maybe even use a different throttle body. Okay, that's it. The wee tiny engine does not generate enough torque at low RPMs to spin a 21 pitch Mirage prop. About 1600 RPMs, that's it. Not enough slip to let the engine RPMs climb where it'll generate enough torque, so that's it.